Arena Breakout Infinite has finally announced its early access release date, and this is everything you need to know before its launch on August 12th. That's right, the 12th. For all my Western, Central, and Eastern time zone viewers, Greenwich Mean Time is hours ahead, meaning that the pre-download will be available on ABI's official website tonight, and servers opening on Monday night at the following times listed now on the screen. For all of you who aren't familiar with what Arena Breakout Infinite is, ABI is a hardcore militaristic looter shooter often renowned as Escape from Tarkov's copycat. Deploying into maps of various sizes, players are faced with several objectives based on the player's priorities, such as searching the map for gear and valuables, completing missions to level up contacts, or fighting off other players, covert ops, and bosses for potentially higher tier equipment. But all of this means nothing unless you are able to successfully survive and extract after a job well done. Right out the gate, one thing that I absolutely love already is Morfun's studio's priority of keeping ABI completely free to play and accessible to almost everyone who can get their hands on it. Servers are available across several regions and languages, and is well optimized enough to be played on lower specs while still offering beautiful graphics, unlike most games nowadays. Before I even jump into anything else, I had to cover the topic of microtransactions, mainly because it's a free to play game. The devs have made it clear that their aim is to remove any pay-to-win aspect and instead provide microtransactions for melees, cosmetics, and quote, convenience. Now, although we're not entirely sure what convenience means, Escape from Tarkov players know best that a larger pouch is often quite convenient, so whether this means that players will be able to purchase a larger pouch with real money or in-game currency to purchase gear with, it's definitely not the best sounding thing. But the devs claim that the microtransactions have worked for the mobile game so far, and hopefully things don't get too carried away, making ABI a free-to-play game gutted with pay-to-win features. With all that being said, what do we actually know about the game so far? Heading into early access, or what they're now calling Season 0, we're going to get some new features to further improve quality of life, a new boss called Renor on the new map Armory, and a few new guns, armors, and equipment to try out. Taking place in Kamona, players are going to be most familiar with two maps, Farm and Valley, both of which are fairly large maps offering tons of area of play for both beginners and experts to flourish in. These two maps were available in the closed beta, so for all you beta testers out there, you can look forward to the new map Armory, which seems to be a small location similar to Factory, where you could probably expect tons of close range, fast-paced PvP, and even a tanky looking boss, hopefully with some juicy loot. ABI posted this image on their Twitter, and in the last paragraph reads, "Surrounding the armory are the radar station, field hospital, and several other supportive structures, all designed to provide combat assistance. These structures are not yet open in early access." I wouldn't be surprised if ABI wanted to release a smaller map for early access which focused on capturing tons of close-range, hectic gunplay, especially in time for Gamescom. These new areas hopefully get unlocked by the time of full release, whenever that is, but these sections do look pretty large for the most part, so players are definitely in for a treat if ABI can keep fulfilling all their goals. For the two outdoor maps, Farm and Valley, there are going to be differing weather conditions which affect the player's ability to maneuver the map and survive, meaning that players are going to need to gear up appropriately to make sure they're not only well fitted to face the enemy, but also the map itself. Leading into early access, ABI hasn't released a whole lot of info about weather, but what we know for certain is that there will be a full sunny condition and cloudy overcast condition. The devs have mentioned plans to introduce rain, fog, and nighttime, which is definitely going to influence your choice of in-game headsets for audio, and maybe even night vision or thermal if you can afford it. We do also know that in the mobile version of the game, there are pop-up events where severe weather conditions like storms and tornadoes can take place. What's especially cool about ABI's weather system is their introduction of a weather forecast, where players can prepare for future weather conditions before deploying into a run. In the early access, we can also look forward to the new Killcam system, which is definitely a cool addition. It can be frustrating in looter shooter games when you just get one tapped out of nowhere and fall over without any clear understanding about what just happened. This Killcam system will allow players to review their deaths and learn to prevent being exposed to similar angles again, or even to take it for themselves in future runs. My only concern with the Killcams are if they're instantly displayed after your death, or after your entire squad is wiped out. If you can review your death while your teammates are alive, then you can get a lot of information on the opponent, which doesn't seem balanced given that your opponents could be concealing their position. We're also receiving a spectator feature with the early access, which could mean that you'd only be able to view the kill cam after the spectating is over, hence all your squad mates are dead. What's for certain though is that this system is great against cheaters, making it easier for reports to be reviewed and cheaters to get exposed. Speaking of cheaters, ABI has done a great job so far of handling cheaters in the beta, given that it is a free-to-play game early in development. With the launch of Early Access, ABI is going to start handing out hardware ID bans, as mentioned in their answers to community questions on Twitter. This is similar to Valorant and their Vanguard system, where all cheaters caught by the anti-cheat will instantly result in a hardware ID ban, preventing the use of a second account on the same system after a violation. ABI has also done a phenomenal job with anti-griefing so far, but definitely takes away from the realism and hardcore aspect of the game. With an autofill party system, ABI has taken measures against griefing by removing friendly fire and allowing teammates to phase through each other in scenarios of blocking. It is worth to mention that grenades do damage to teammates, so it is still possible to be team killed. For the most part, ABI has softened up parts of the games because of the autofill party system in my opinion. I think it would be cool to have friendly fire and blocking if you're teaming up with your friends to reintroduce these hardcore aspects, since anti-griefing is less likely needed. But this could be complicated given that squads with no friendly fire on would have a slight advantage. Unlike Escape from Tarkov, name tags and a compass at the top of the HUD makes it easier to play with teammates and definitely possible to become friends with random squad mates when surviving in Kamona. Okay, with all that out of the way, what do you need to do to prepare for early access? First, make sure you go to Arena Breakout Infinite's official website, sign up for an account, and register for the early access. I'll leave a link below in the description so you know where to go. Then, clear up some space and make sure you can pre-download the game tonight at the times listed earlier in the video, so make sure you go back in the video and check those times for the right time zone. When the servers are online tomorrow night, it's time to head into Kamona and get looting. You're going to want to level up your contacts by completing the missions they give you. This will help you earn coin, the in-game currency, as well as gain experience with your contacts so they give you better deals and better gear to purchase before you deploy into your next run. The game is great with friends, so make sure to hit them up, but also great for spectacular solo gameplay. With games like these, it's completely normal to die a lot when you first start off, but with each death comes a lesson. So review your deaths and get comfortable with the maps so that you can play tactically and quickly to execute your opponents, loot up, and extract safely. The game features a crazy detailed post-game review, so you can see how long you've stayed in certain areas, what you did there, and a clear combat log too. There's a ton to learn and explore with the game, so take your time and have fun with it. I will be streaming the game on release at 10 PM Eastern Time, so I'll look forward to hopefully seeing some of you there in chat. Please leave a like, subscribe, and leave any feedback or video recommendations in the comments below. Thanks for watching up to this point. I got a lot of videos planned, and I'm excited to see what ABI has in store. Take care.